For 33 years, an army camped outside a single fortress city. Kings died, wars ended, generations were born and buried, and still the siege continued. This is the story of Ceuta, the longest siege in recorded history. The Long Siege. Episode 1. Ceuta. Ceuta sits on the northern tip of Africa, just across the water from Spain. A narrow strip of land, but one of the most fought-over pieces of earth on the planet. Whoever held Ceuta controlled the gateway between two continents. In 1415, Portuguese forces seized the city, turning it into a fortified outpost. For over 2 centuries, Ceuta changed hands between empires, but by the late 1600s it belonged to Spain, a small European foothold on Moroccan soil. Morocco's ruler, Sultan Moulay Ismail, saw things differently. To him, Ceuta was occupied land, a foreign splinter lodged in his own territory. And Moulay Ismail was not a man who tolerated splinters. In 1694, Moroccan forces surrounded Ceuta by land. Thousands of soldiers, cannons, and siege works encircled the city. Spain's garrison inside was outnumbered many times over. By any normal logic, the city should have fallen within months. But Ceuta had one advantage no army could break: the sea. Spanish ships kept the harbor open, resupplying the fortress with food, weapons, and fresh troops. The Moroccan army could surround the walls, but they could never fully close the noose. So the siege simply continued, year after year. Soldiers grew old at their posts. New generations of Moroccan fighters replaced their fathers on the same siege lines. Inside the walls, Spanish garrisons rotated in and out, defending a city under permanent siege. This wasn't constant battle. It was something stranger. Long stretches of tense standoff, broken by sudden assaults, artillery duels, and raids. Both sides adapted. Both sides endured. Neither side could land the final blow. In 1727, Sultan Moulay Ismail died after a 55-year reign. With him died much of the political will driving the siege. Morocco descended into a succession crisis. The armies outside Ceuta's walls finally withdrew. 33 years after it began, the siege was over. Ceuta had never fallen. Spain kept its foothold in Africa, a foothold it holds to this very day. Ceuta remains Spanish territory, one of the last living fragments of a bygone colonial map, a siege that outlasted an empire's own patience, decided not by a final battle, but by the simple passage of time. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe, because history's longest sieges are just getting started.